Hey everyone, welcome back to Aseens. So in today's video we are going to talk about ethanol and ethanoic acid. Okay, a continuation part of your carbon and its compound chapter. So we're going to start with ethanol now. So ethanol is liquid at room temperature. Okay, so when I say it's a liquid at room temperature, it's actually at a lower room temperature. If at all the room temperature is a bit higher, okay, a bit on the higher side, in that case it might evaporate. It's actually a volatile liquid with a boiling point 351 Kelvin. Hence, at a higher room temperature, ethanol might start to evaporate. So such liquids which evaporate at a slightly higher room temperature or a room temperature, we call them as volatile. Okay, so ethanol is a volatile liquid. Next, ethanol is a good solvent for medicines. See, most of our medicines, they contain ethanol as a solvent or as an ingredient for increasing your appetite. Especially your Ayurvedic medicines and your tonics and all, they contain ethanol as, and at least in a trace amount it's present. Okay, so it's used for medicines. Next, ethanol is soluble in water. Now, when I say soluble in water, here I mean that whatever proportion of ethanol, if you add to water, it's going to dissolve. Okay, it's not like if you add a little amount then it is soluble, and if you add a higher amount it's not soluble. No, however amount you add to water, ethanol will easily dissolve in water. Okay, now let's talk about the chemical properties. So you are going to study two reactions over here, very easy. See, I have not written here any explanation about the reaction. I'm going to tell you how to remember the reaction without learning the wordings. Okay, so we'll start with the first one, reaction with sodium. Okay, ethanol reacts with sodium to give you sodium ethoxide. Sodium ethoxide along with hydrogen gas being liberated. Okay, so ethanol is reacting with sodium. Okay, for balancing we have taken here two sodiums for two molecules of ethanol, and these two sodiums are replacing this hydrogen. Since molecule is 2, for each one 2. Okay, and on substituting hydrogen, it's going to be replaced by sodium. Okay, since sodium is slightly an ionic compound, an ionic molecule, right? So it's going to get a positive charge, whereas this side will get a negative charge. They are going to get ionized. Okay, and the hydrogens, for two molecules, two hydrogens have been liberated. They are going to combine together to form hydrogen molecule and get liberated. So that's about your reaction with sodium. Very easy way. You just need to remember the molecular formula so that it becomes easy. Otherwise, it's damn easy. The second one, reaction to give unsaturated hydrocarbon. Okay, it's in short a dehydration stuff. So what we are going to do is we are going to take ethanol. Okay, we are going to heat it at 443 Kelvin in the presence of excess of sulfuric acid. Concentrated sulfuric acid we are going to supply in excess, and the temperature is supposed to be maintained at 443 Kelvin. So what will happen here is, as set by the reaction, dehydration, water molecule is going to come out. So H2O is going to come out. If you remove H2O, what happens is, imagine one going out from here and this going out. Okay, so they are left with 4 hydrogens amongst here 3, 4, 5, 6. We had 6 hydrogens, 2 have gone out. We are left with 4. So 2 will be taken by this, 2 will be taken by this, and as you know, carbon has got 4 hands. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is how you are going to get your alkene here. Okay, so we are left with ethene along with the water molecule being liberated. Now what is the condition here? We need this temperature in the presence of excess of concentrated sulfuric acid. Now if you are putting this into words, you can just put it in simple way. When ethanol is heated at 443 Kelvin in the presence of excess of concentrated sulfuric acid, we get ethene along with water molecule being liberated. So that's how you can frame it. So that was about ethanol. Now we are going to go for the next one, that is ethanoic acid. So this one is a carboxylic acid. Okay, so we're going to see what are the properties. Ethanoic acid is also known as acetic acid. A common name for ethanoic acid is acetic acid. Now 5 to 8%, either 5%, 6%, 7%, that means from 5 to 8 ranging, okay, any percent of ethanoic acid solution, okay, or acetic acid, whatever you want to call it, if you take it in water, it becomes vinegar. Now what is this 5 to 8% solution? Suppose you are having 100 ml jar or 100 ml cylinder. Okay, so what we are going to do is, suppose I am making 8% vinegar. In that case, in this cylinder you are going to have markings, right? So I am going to add 8 ml of vinegar. Okay, suppose I have added 8 ml of acetic acid or ethanoic acid. I am going to add to this 100 ml cylinder. Now remaining 92%, okay, 8 ml has been taken, right? So remaining 92%, I am going to add water. So now this becomes vinegar. Okay, so 8% acetic acid we have taken. So that is how you will make your vinegar. So in short, we are counting, whenever we are counting a percent, we are counting for 100. So that is the reason why I have taken 100 ml cylinder. Next, melting point of ethanoic acid is 290 Kelvin. So what happens is its melting point is very low, hence it freezes during winter. During winter season or during colder climates, in the places where the climate is very cold, this acetic acid is frozen. It's going to freeze inside. This is the reason why it's also known as glacial acetic acid. Okay, now one more thing here. This freezing will appear only for pure ethanoic acids. Okay, not the adulterated one or not the ones with extra addition to it. So the pure ones will only show this freezing property. Hence it is known as glacial acetic acid. So that was about the common properties of ethanoic acid. Let's go for the next one, that is your chemical properties. We are going to start with your the first one, that is esterification. Now esterification reaction, in your textbook, in the part 2 book on page number 17, you have got this reaction, right? Now you need to take care, you need to know here that here wherever they have given C over here, this is not C actually, this is actually a O. Okay, so this is something which you need to remember. A slight printing mistake has happened over here. It's supposed to be a O since it's an ester. Okay, so we are going to see the reaction. So ethanoic acid and ethanol, when they react with one another, see here we have taken ethanoic acid and ethanol as well. So alcohol and carboxylic acid, whenever they react with one another in the presence of an acid, you are going to get an ester. So what is an ester? An ester is something where you have C double bond O and a O in the center. In case of ketone, you had C double bond O, right? Just this you had in the center, rest all were on the sides. In this case, you will have a double bond O along with an extra O at the side. Either this or this, anywhere one O has to be present. So if this is present in the center, then we call this as an ester. Okay, there is a difference between ketone and ester. Hence you need to remember this. So this is an ester. As you can see here, we have got this stuff. Okay, this CH3 comes from here, okay, from your ethanoic acid, and this CH2CH3 comes from here. Okay, so this COO comes from this part. Okay, so this is an ester along with a water molecule being liberate. This is for your esterification reaction. This is most probably asked. This is a very important one. So hence you need to remember it. Okay. Next we are going to go for the next reaction, that is reaction with a base. What happens when ethanoic acid reacts with a base? So we have taken a base over here, a very common base, that is sodium hydroxide. Okay, when ethanoic acid reacts with sodium hydroxide, we are going to get sodium ethanoate or sodium acetate. Both are fine, both are the names for this one. Okay, along with water. So as you can see here, what happens is this hydrogen is replaced by this sodium. So it's like interchanging. Okay, sodium comes over here and it becomes this. This hydrogen comes over here. So H2O. So that's what happens over here. Now going to the last one. Reaction with carbonates and hydrogen carbonates. Okay, very simple reaction. Again the same thing here. We are going to take ethanoic acid along with, in the first case we are going to take carbonate, that is sodium carbonate. Now see here how to balance here. Sodium carbonate is Na2CO3. So we have got two sodiums. So it can replace two hydrogens. That is the reason why we have taken here 2. Two sodiums will replace two hydrogens. So two molecules we have taken here. Okay, and that is the reason why we are going to get two molecules of sodium acetate or sodium ethanoate along with water and carbon dioxide as the side product. Now same thing happens with hydrogen carbonate. We have taken sodium hydrogen carbonate over here. The thing is we have got only one sodium atom over here. That is the reason why we are going to take only one molecule. We are not going to take two molecules over here. Again the same thing, just that you are going to get only one molecule along with water and carbon dioxide. So that's it about ethanoic acid and ethanol. In case of doubt, you can just leave me a comment at the bottom and then I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for watching.